My name is Daniel Wendell. I'm an automotive aesthetic here in Charlottesville, Virginia. We're a small detailing company focused on caring for and preserving our customers' vehicles. Today, we're working on our buddy Jason's WRX. The point of this video is to kind of get a professional details perspective on the process of detailing a car using products that we picked up from Advance Auto. Now, some of these products I have experience with, some of these products I don't have experience with, and to be honest, I just walked down the aisle and saw something I liked and wanted to test out, so I picked it up. This is the Griot's 6-inch random orbital kit. You know, what the random orbital is going to do, it's going to oscillate as well as spinning. This is a good tool for enthusiasts. It oscillates to keep the heat down, to make it a little easier for them, a little less dangerous. So we've got a correcting pad, finishing pad, and a final finishing pad that we would use to put a wax or a sealant on with. When we're polishing the car, we're going to need multiple different types of pads to finish the paint down to mirror finish. So we're going to grab 3 buckets, one for wheels, one for rinse bucket, and one for our shampoo. Make sure our paint doesn't get swirled up. To a degree, without stepping on our friend Jason here, the car has been a little neglected. Upon a first inspection, we noticed a good amount of swirl marks in the paint, marring just from, probably just from washing it incorrectly, taking it to the car wash, the typical things that an owner does to make maintenance a little easier, but might sacrifice the integrity of the paint long term. So step 1, we're going to wash and decontaminate the car. We're going to be using the Griot's car wash in our buckets. We're going to be using the Griot's wheel cleaner and some of the brushes that we picked up from the store. Step 2, we're going to move it over to our polishing bay. Once we have it in the polishing bay, we're going to break out the Griot's polishers and we're going to start polishing it. First thing we're going to do is tape up all the trim. Make sure that we don't damage the trim, stain it in any way, and also make sure that we don't damage our pads that we're using. And then after that, we're going to start polishing it. So right now we're getting ready to do some test spots to see what kind of improvement we can make on this paint. So we've separated into 3 different areas. This area right here is my process that I use in my shop. This process right here is the 6-inch random orbital from Griot's polishing pad. Then we came back with the Griot's microfiber finishing pad. And then over here, we used everything that came in the kit, the 6-inch random orbital with the cutting pad, along with the 3-in-1 liquid wax. I was pleased with the results from the products that we use in the shop, as expected. Over here, after this process, there was a haze left behind. However, the level of cut I was actually pretty pleased with. We were able to remove almost all of the micro scratches in the paint. Additionally, the haze that was left behind could easily be resolved with using a softer finishing pad. Either coming back after this pad or probably instead of this pad. Moving over here, I would have liked to see a little bit more cut with this product. However, I was very pleased with the level of refinement that it left.
We just finished polishing up the paint. It's perfectly clean. We gave it a wipe down, mix of isopropyl alcohol and water, and now it's time to give the car some protection. Now, we're excited to try a product today I've never used before, which is Griot's Garage Poly Wax, which is supposed to give the best of both worlds. The gloss of a wax with the long-term protection of a synthetic sealant. We're gonna apply it to a clean new applicator, very thin layers, apply it to the paint, just moving in circles, and allow it to haze over, and then buff with a fresh, clean microfiber, and that should give the car up to 6 months of protection.
WRX finished. I'm excited. We just got it outside. It looks beautiful. So a quick overview on what we did. We decontaminated it, washed it, clay barred it, went through and polished it afterwards. We restored the headlights, repainted the roof rack, replaced the OEM paint protection film, put paint protection film on the headlights to protect them from yellowing up again in the future. Did some touch up. We had to have a couple more specialized tools for certain areas of the job. Polishing out the headlights, we had to have a smaller polisher than the 6-inch that we got from Advance. But overall, majority of the job was done with products from Advance Auto. Some products that I had not used, honestly, I was pretty surprised with the results. Griot's Poly Wax was very easy to apply. It spread it very evenly. I'm very excited to see how much durability we get out of it. That will be the test. A typical sealant, I'd like to see 6 months of durability, 5-6 months of durability out of. We were very impressed with the heavy duty wheel cleaner. We found that product was actually worked very well to removing the baked on brake dust in the wheels. So one thing I was really stoked on was the Griot's drying towel. It did a phenomenal job with drying the car. I plan on ordering at least a couple of those to keep in my shop. The maintenance products that are sold at Advance Auto, the Griot's shampoo, your buckets, your grit guards, I can confidently say that if you know at all what you're doing, then maintain your car. So considering that the products that we used were off-the-shelf consumer goods, the job that we did was fantastic. It looks beautiful. The results speak for themselves. But you also have to consider the fact that there was 30 hours of time between 4 highly trained detailers that have been working in this field for many years. While the products are one key component of this pie, the other very important part is the skill of the people doing it. Paintwork correction and certain other aspects that require years of actually hands-on work, that is something that you might want to trust a professional with. You can begin the process of learning this. It is an art. It is something that will take a lifetime to master. But if you want to start working, going down that path, Advance Auto is right down the street.